Welcome, third graders, to Home Learning Day 8. Let's check out what's up today. Oh yeah, plenty to keep us busy. Let's take a look at our math work for today. Where is it? I can't seem to find it. Well, hey, Turk, what are you doing with the math work? Hey, I need to use that for the boys and girls. Let's see. What is something interesting here? Oh my goodness. Multi-step problems. No wonder Turk's got them. All right, boys and girls, this is real math. I know some of you are really excited now. We've seen these before. Let's take a look here. Write the first step question and answer. Then solve the problem. Fantastic. We know how to do these. The parking garage has 9 rows with 10 parking spaces in each row. There are 8 empty spaces. How many spaces are filled? Now, take a moment to reread the problem and underline the important information in the question, and then go back and find the information you're going to need in the problem. Okay, put it on pause and go ahead and do that. Good job, third graders. Did you remember to underline important information in the directions too? Now, when you were rereading this problem, boys and girls, you came to understand that our main question we're trying to answer is how many spaces are filled in the parking garage. We know that there are 9 rows with 10 parking spaces in each row in the garage for the total number of parking spaces. That sounds like an array. So that array then tells us the number of parking spaces there are in all. So our first step question is, how many parking spaces in total? Here is a visualization of that. So we know to figure that out in an equation, we'd write the expression 9 times 10. Now you know that's 90. So if we follow our directions closely, and remember that we're also supposed to answer the first step question, we need to write down this answer as 90 spaces. Boys and girls, this is where we need to be careful, because this is where many of us stop, but we're not done. We have to answer the main question. How many spaces are filled? Let's go back to our array and mark off the empty spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's add that to the equation that we're building. We marked off, that's like subtracting, and it was 8 spaces. That is going to be equal to, let's say, the variable s for spaces. I really like using parentheses to help us break the problem into parts. And I know a lot of you do too. So that's our first part of our problem. figuring out the total number of spaces. And then we had to account for the number of empty spaces by subtracting 8. That's our second part. Now, boys and girls, you know how to do this. Go ahead and figure out what S is equal to, and then don't forget to label your answer too when you're finished. Well, good job, boys and girls. There's the answer. So this problem is totally complete. Make sure you do your double check. Always double check. Let's read the final answer. The product of 9 and 10 subtract 8 equals S. S equals 82. And our labeled answer is 82 empty seats. Let's take a look at some of these other problems. Leland bought 3 packs of trading cards with 8 cards in each pack. He divided the cards equally among his 4 friends. How many cards did each friend get? Okay, so we want to know how many cards each friend's going to get. So we're going to go back and look at 3 packs. I'd probably underline that if I was you, boys and girls. That packs, that's a group holder. And there's 8 cards in each pack. Okay, that sounds familiar. Sounds like some equal groups there. I'll probably put that in my first set of parentheses. Then he divided the cards equally. Divided, that sounds like a really good hint word. Equally, yes. Among his 4 friends. Boy, I'd probably put that right after my parentheses, and then I'd have my start of my equation. Let's take a look at the next one. Sarah made 20 necklaces. She kept 2 necklaces and divided the rest equally among 6 friends. How many necklaces did each friend get? You're right, boys and girls. We need to figure out how many each friend got. How many necklaces did each friend get? So, first of all, we got to figure out how many necklaces she was giving away altogether. Now, she kept 2 of them. Boy, I probably figure that's my question. How many necklaces did she give away in all? I'd probably put 20 subtract 2 in the first set of parentheses. And wow, look at that hint word divide. Wow, the rest equally among 6 friends. I wonder what would go after those parentheses. So we're going to put 20 subtract 2 in the parentheses for the first part of this story problem. Let's go back, take another look then. Oh, look at that. Somebody went ahead and underlined the important information and wrote out our first step question for us. Oh, that's good news. Now, what's the next part? What should we do? Well, there's that hint word, divided the rest among 6 friends. Let's put that into our equation also. Now we have divided by 6 in our equation also. Now it's very important that you follow the order of operations when completing this equation. Those parentheses are very important. Now let's take a look at the message of John 11, 1 through 45. Hopefully, boys and girls, you all had a chance to listen to Mass on the radio or watch it on TV yesterday. This is quite a long gospel story. It has to do with Jesus' friend Lazarus who died, and how Mary and Martha were calling him during this time to be with him. And Jesus, when he heard this, said some really revealing words that we heard last week about this event going to glorify God or bring glory to God, just like with the blind man last week. When Jesus heard it, he said, the final result of this sickness will not be the death of Lazarus. This has happened in order to bring glory to God, and it will be the means by which the Son of God will receive glory. Our children's Bible has a couple of paragraphs that tries to explain this reading to us. In this Bible story, Lazarus was dead for 4 days, but when Jesus called him to come out of his tomb, he walked out. Jesus freed Lazarus from death. This miracle in the Gospel of John shows that Jesus is God. Only God has the power over life and death. Jesus promises that all who believe in him will live forever. By raising Lazarus from the dead, he shows that his promise is true. Through his death and resurrection, Jesus freed all of us from death. Like Lazarus and like Jesus, we will also be raised from the dead to live with God forever. What a wonderful gift he gives us. Girls, not too long ago, we just talked about how the 10 Commandments were gifts to us to help us live happy lives, and also the Beatitudes. In today's reading about Lazarus, we learn that Jesus' gifts go far beyond this life that we know and into eternity. Charlotte's Web certainly has been a wonderful story. We have one more chapter to finish, chapter 22. And here are some questions I would like you to think about as you read that chapter. How has life changed on the farm? Who arrives at the farm? And then finally, what are the names of Wilbur's new friends? And remember, boys and girls, as always, go Zephyrs!